Hey everybody, Joe from JO Builds here. This video is for a custom cutting board I made for a client. They only requested a light wood, so I had this piece of maple laying around that I thought was perfect for this build. I started by cutting all the pieces to the length I needed. This piece of maple was rough sawn, so I needed to get a flat edge, so I started with the jointer. I then used this jig to get the other edge flat as well. Once both sides were flat, I started to organize them to see how I wanted them to look. Once I had them in order that I wanted them, I labeled them so that way I would know where to glue them. For all my cutting boards, I use Titebond 3, since it's water resistant, to glue them up. After letting the board dry for a few days, I put it through the drum sander to get it to the thickness that I wanted. For this board, I did a chamfered edge all the way around. And here is where the plug got stuck on the table. This is the first time using my juice groove jig since I modified my table, and I found that I couldn't fit all the pieces. I can only use 3 of the sides. hadn't done a juice groove in a while, and I forgot that to use this jig I had to rotate my handles into the corners, and so here I am trying to figure that out. Since I didn't have that fourth side, I had to do half the board, and then I had to flip the board to finish all the edges of the juice groove. In between sanding after 120 and before 220, I always water pop the grain, and this is how I do it. Shove my spray bottle and just flood it with water, and I forgot to take a video, but then I wipe it down. The customer wanted their logo engraved on the board, so I did a light pass of an outline to make sure it was in the right spot before I did the full engraving. Watching the engraver is always a question whether it's on fire or it's just doing the engraving. After the engraving, I added my brand to the back of the board. And we finally made it to the final pass of sanding. getting the board ready for its oil bath, and I'm not sure why I thought it'd fit in the small tub. Now that's better.